got over. Bruh, I was on 100 that day. Bro, it's insane. Yeah. Welcome to another episode of Welcome to another episode of the How'd I Get Here podcast, the podcast for positivity, progression, and finding each and every one of your own paths. That's when you asked me about Linda Reynolds.
I don't know why we have this late night love segment with two men, but Dibs
Bro,
not.
but do you remember late night love when like the Hot 8 at 8 would come on and then all the high schools would be like, yo, it's the cheerleaders from Bloomfield.
When do you think they recorded that? There ain't no way them kids is just around at 8 o'clock.
Nah, they would go up there because I would always, like, the high schools would go up like in the middle of the day and have like a segment on the radio and they would record it then, and then those were just pre-recorded things. Yeah. And then like, and then at 10, like all the slow jams would come on with the inmates, and the inmates would call in. How were inmates calling in to Linda Reynolds at 10 p.m.?
Yeah, don't they have a curfew?
I don't know. Those must have been them low security prisons.
Yeah, I don't know.
Neither here nor there. Yo, what up, bro? I feel like I ain't see you in a minute. You be too busy for your boy. Feel neglected.
Busy, bro. I was smacked over the weekend.
Yeah? Like Will Smith smacked or?
Nah, I was like, hey, Will Smith and Hitch smacked.
Ooh.
Yeah. I was hanging with a bunch of poodles.
Oh.
I said that at my football game because we like mentioned small dogs. I was chilling with a bunch of poodles last night. This white woman started dying because she didn't understand what I was talking about. But even whatever, introduce yourself. Who are you,
bro? I went to Revolutions on Saturday and had 2 fish bowls. I do not recommend.
That was Friday.
Yeah. But yo, it's your co-host Jake, Mr. Brown, Broken Guapo, living the dream. I'm back in the gym, becoming a bad bitch all on my own.
Cute, all by myself.
Just the two of us. Who are you?
It's a great question. Yes, your boy Spence, King Aquarius.
You got demoted back down
Mr.
to 25%. You got demoted down.
King Petty.
Here's the crown.
Yeah, right.
There's the crown, bro.
King Petty. Some of my actions over the last month, by the time y'all hear this.
Oh, yeah. That was 7 days ago.
We're a little deplorable.
I like that word.
Deplorable?
Yeah.
Yo, so I'm reading the 48 Laws of Power. There's a lot of good words in that book.
You see why I stopped reading it? Fucking big ass words. Them shits had feeling like Mayweather, sounding them out, clap, clap, clap. What the fuck?
It's a lot of
Couldn't
good
figure
words.
this shit out. Yeah. What's the question of the day, big guy?
So,
somebody text me.
What is a childhood memory that you hold near and dear to your heart?
Childhood memory that I hold near and dear to my heart.
When my dad left. Sorry.
The first memory that comes to mind. So my mom used to send us to Puerto Rico every summer to go stay with my grandparents. I don't know if it's because my mom didn't like me or she was trying to keep us away from my dad, but
I was like, that's a genius parent move. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, take them for the summer. Like,
yeah, bro, we would just be
I'm outside.
Looking at it now, I was like, what were you doing? Like, we were gone
outside,
and you just let my grandmother. Neither here nor there. We don't have to talk about.
I'm about to say you asked a sidebar.
But like, yo, imagine me, my brother and sister, right? Like, we all get along now.
Yeah.
But we were fucking monsters as kids. Like, we liked each other, but we didn't really get along.
I could see you being an absolute like
nuisance.
Yeah, like a nuisance. That's the perfect word.
I was, because I still am.
They just sleeping, you just flicking their nose type shit,
bro. Yes. There's actually another funny story, but you asked for one. So there was we were like wilding out, and my grandmother was telling us to chill or whatever. And we're like throwing stuff, whatever. So my grandmother takes her chancla off and she throws it at my brother. Right?
What's a chancla for all the
sandal, like
okay.
a flip flop.
The less urban.
So
listeners.
so she threw it or whatever, ducked, missed, blah blah. We go chill out. So we're like, yo, she really threw a sandal at us. So we took the sandal and like in America you have backyards, but in Puerto Rico like you have backyards and then there's a finca, which is like it's just like a
fake backyard.
No, it's actually like a forest almost of a backyard, but that's probably the best way I could explain it. But it's just like
you got woods in your backyard.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah,
that's why you like the great outdoors so much.
Sure. I don't know what it exactly translates to in English, but my brother took the sandal and he went and threw it in the finca and like deep, right?
Grandma's.
He
wild.
So like, but the funny shit is like we just let it rock, like whatever, and then like a day or two later, my grandmother was like, "Yo, does anybody know where my chancla is?" And we all looked at each other like, "Yo, we got to go find that chancla." And this shit was like deep, bro, deep. So
he didn't think about that. Obviously, not.
We were kids. We didn't care. What you throwing chanclas at me for?
I'm not tossing my mom or any of my family members' sandal in the fucking woods. Like black households don't play that.
I'll show you a picture later, and to give you like a
context,
like of how it looks. But yeah. And it's just funny because like we joke about it and like talk about it now. Like, yo, remember that time you threw this handle? I don't know why that was the first memory.
That's interesting.
That came to mind. What's your
something you hold near and dear? So, fun fact. So I had one, but you just like reminded me of one. I think my fun fact is that I've been able to read and nobody believes me. I've been able to read since I was 2 years old.
Is there context?
Yeah. So my cousin
nigga was reading the Bible. Like,
yeah. Okay. So yeah, my cousin, she's 4 years older than me. She's a twin.
She's single?
I think she's married. We don't talk. Kayla, if you listen, hi. So
if you're single, hi.
Yeah. She probably dunk on you. I don't know. She a baller.
I always wanted to climb a tree.
But yeah, so what was this? Oh yeah, she used to come over and like teach me how to read at like a young age. And I just remember being told when I was 2, I was reading like, I don't know, like these picture books and whatnot. Like, oh my God, he's doing it on his own. Now, I don't know if I was reading or I memorized what she used to say, but either way, it was impressive to the folk. The other one was going to be my work ethic, but been there, done that, talked about that.
You know what's interesting about that? And it kind of like translates to like our topic of competitive nature for the day. Like when you have kids, right? Like you don't want to compare them to like your friends' kids or like the other kids in the classroom or, you know, like whatever setting they're in.
Is that wrong?
To compare your kid? Yeah.
Why?
Well, I don't have kids, so I don't know. But like, cause you can't like, it's different backgrounds, different like, bro. Although you technically can't diagnose a kid so early, like disabilities are a thing at early ages.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So you might not know that your kid is autistic. You might not know that your kid has ADHD. You might not know that your kid is, you know, has seeing problems with hearing. You know what I mean? So it's like, you might be like, damn, Spencer over there knows all the colors, but Jacob doesn't know blue and yellow. What if I'm colorblind and we just don't know?
I want to know how, well, I guess at this point, like you can figure out how you're colorblind, but I just want to know, that's got to be an interesting life to live being colorblind.
Bro, one of my principals back in the day was colorblind.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in regards to competitive nature.
But even to that, like, comparing kids, right? Excuse me. It could bring resentment among siblings and, like, breed unwanted, like, competition.
Well, I mean, Teddy Roosevelt said comparison.
Oh, shit. He about to quote Teddy Roosevelt, go ahead.
Comparison is the thief of joy. So
Comparison is. Oh, let me write that down.
yeah, I mean, I understand that. I feel like
Talk on that. Comparison is the thief of joy.
Thief of joy. I mean,
like that.
How can you compete with someone if you're not, like, how do you beat your competition if you don't know your competition? It's not really a comparison, but it's like you're sizing them up.
I don't. Maybe I'm taking it out of context, right? But like in regards to competition, like, I'm not comparing myself to my competition. Like, I'm trying to figure out how to beat you. You get what I'm saying?
Don't you have to make some comparisons? Like,
nah, because, and maybe I'm just thinking in sport, right? But like you and I, all right, we've got to move these 10 boxes, right? All right, well, I clearly see that Spencer is bigger than me, so he's probably stronger. How can I move these boxes quicker than him, although he's going to be, you get what I'm saying? And maybe the comparison is in size, but what joy is robbed there? I'm trying to find the best way to maybe get to that joy, to get that satisfaction. Or maybe I'm taking it out of context.
I think, like, in regards to maybe if you're like on a team with LeBron, it's like you're Anthony Davis and you're on a team with LeBron, and like, you know, all the attributes LeBron brings to the table, but you also know what you bring. But it's like, if I was to do like a side by side, like what he can do compared to what I can do, compared to what he can do, compared to what I can do. I see what you're saying. Then that could be the thief of joy, because you're not really enjoying the sport. You're stealing the goodness and the purity away from it.
So does comparison relate to competitive nature?
So that's what's interesting. So it's like, if you watch game tape, right? So like, you're a defender. So wouldn't you need to have some type of comparison to the striker you're going against? Like, don't you need to like figure out like, oh, his legs are longer than mine, so I need to get in closer?
Bro, I've never once. No.
I don't know.
Nah, like, if I'm watching tape, all right, he goes left.
But I'm right-footed.
I've got to make sure I make him go right. You get what I'm like? To me, when competing,
yeah,
like, unless I'm competing with someone on my team for a spot, and that's kind of interesting how that like goes to the topic of friendships, right, and things like that. But like, if I'm competing with someone who's on my team, that's different. I might compare. But if I'm competing with someone who I have, you know, no connection to, like, what am I comparing about? You can't see me.
Yeah. So that's very interesting. Have you ever wanted to be competitive towards someone, but it just wasn't fun? Like,
yeah, every time I step on a basketball court, I fucking stink.
Well, no. Something that you're good at. But like, the way, I don't know, has someone else's competitive nature just like turned you off from being competitive? It's like you don't have a good why. It's like, you
might be a little obnoxious or a little to me, right? And I don't know if this makes sense, but like, I look at soccer as like a tangible thing, right? Like, soccer gave me a lot. You know what I mean? Like, I look at a lot of my why and who I am today because of soccer.
Okay.
Right? So now it's like, if you step on that field and you by any way like disrespect the game, like, it's like, I take offense to that.
Ooh, that's interesting.
You get what I'm trying to say? Because it's like, not only are you disrespecting me, but you're also disrespecting something that gave so much to me. It's almost like you're disrespecting my mother. You get what I'm saying? Like, and it's one of those things that it's like, now this shit's personal. Now I'm going to really bust your ass. Because it's like, how dare you?
That's interesting. See, I get that. Like in football, right? You know, Baz has been on the podcast before.
Yeah. What up, Baz?
Bro, Baz, yeah, shout out Baz. I guess that's my boy. We cordial. But, yo, he's the most passionate, competitive person. Like, one of the most competitive people I've ever met. And because of that, it feels so good to beat him. It's like because he just puts everything in it. And it's like I like competing against people like that because it forces me to be better. It forces me to want to compete at a high level. And then whoever wins, it's just like, yo, won this battle. Like, until next time. Because it could be anyone's battle anytime.
So I have a question regarding that, right?
Yeah.
Part of competing, and I'm not even just talking sports. It could be relationships. It could be a job. Like, competition is very mental.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
hell yeah.
Way more than it is physical or anything.
Any type of
competition, I think, is majority. Like, if you wanted to break it down, 80% mental.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But part of being mental is talking shit. You know what I mean? And like, bro, there's times that like I ball once a week with like Nell and the guys, right?
Yeah.
Now I know my strength and weakness. I'm no scrub, but I'm no like, you know, I ain't gonna be the last pick, but I ain't gonna be the first pick.
You're not Drew playing in loafers, dropping buckets.
Bro, that's crazy that even you know about that, bro.
Because on Twitter, Gene reposted it.
That's funny.
He said the anointed ones.
But my thing is like, I'm gonna talk my shit, right? But I also talk shit because I know I could back it up. But in competing, I also know that if I can get in your head, I won. You get what I'm saying? So to get back to your point, how does like talking shit go when you win versus when you lose?
Ooh.
You get what I'm saying? Because like you could be talking all that shit and maybe someone got the best of you that day and it's like you're gonna sort of lose.
That's why it's interesting in a team sport because the team itself like might have lost, but you know you put in work. It's like you didn't beat me in our matchups.
But then it's not about you at that point.
It's not, but it's like your contribution to your team didn't put you in a better situation to win because of me.
So y'all ain't win because of me and we ain't lose because of me. Well, y'all didn't win because of you and we didn't lose because of me.
Exactly.
But is that not selfish? Is competition in a team atmosphere not selfishness has to go out the window?
It's not selfish if you play your role. Like in a team game, like a team sport, I have a certain role. I do that role well. Your role is to do yours well against me.
I've never
like that's what I'm saying. It's like if you're playing defense, you know you're going against Cristiano Ronaldo. It's like if you shut him out from scoring that game,
you did your job.
Yeah, although
now that's y'all motherfuckers over there to
exactly go. Like that side may have scored, but my side was held down. I played my role. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing with a team sport. Now I wrestled in high school, so it's like when it's on the mat, it's just you and me. The team accumulates points. So if I win my match, I put my team in a better position to win. But it's like you got to beat me on this mat.
You know what's interesting when it comes to competitive nature? Like, and now I'm like done playing soccer competitively, right? Like I still play in the men's league, but even this is twofold and it's probably going to get long winded, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when I play now, I play every Sunday, right? Year round. And sometimes like the good teams fall out of the league and it's not as competitive. Where I just show up to get a workout and it's like, haha, whatever. You know what I mean? Whereas like this Sunday, a new session started and the good teams are back in because it's getting cold and all the guys are coming to play indoor, right?
Yeah.
So now it's like, all right, now I can't just dick around. You know, like that switch of competitiveness, even though it's men's league, it's whatever, that switch just turned on of like, bro, eat.
So you know the difference, and this is why I have a lot of respect for Baz. His switch is on when it's competition. He doesn't care who he's playing.
Right.
He could be playing scrubs. It's competition.
But here's my thing. Go ahead.
He's like, it's competition. It's my time to eat.
I could eat, right? But there's things that I can do against this team that I know I'm going to play different against sorry team versus the good team.
Of course.
You get what I'm saying? Whereas I'm
not trying to get hurt.
Well, we're like this good team, like I'm a defender. I know I'm going to have to play more defensive.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Whereas, like, this sorry ass team, I could run up. I could maybe go play forward. I could laugh. Whereas, like, bro, this game means nothing. But I'm still not trying to lose. You get what I'm saying? And I know what I bring to this team, like you were saying.
Yeah.
I'm about to fucking do my job. Whereas, and it kind of ties into the second part of what I was going to go into. I coach now, right? And that competitive nature, that dog, that switch, I don't see it in a lot of kids these days. And I don't know why.
So those are the people who are talented and skilled but don't have that dog. I hate competing against them because
you don't care.
It's like I don't care to beat you because I feel like you don't care to win.
Well, they don't care.
It's like you don't care to win, but you're also competitive. But it's like a lot, like you said, competition is 80% mental. I am going to mentally break you down if we're really competing. And this is where I struggle at work because like I'm working against a bunch of colleagues who I like, some of them I actually like, but at the same time, it's like,
I got to eat. And one thing about me when it comes to work, and I say this proudly, you're not going to outwork me. Right.
Like, you're just like, you're not. And it's shown. And like people wonder like, wow, like, you know, your production, this,
I love the
that.
voice he makes when he mimics people.
Yo, because
it's all high pitched and shit.
Because it's so interesting because people are just like, yo, you're so this, you're so that. Like, wow, your production is this. Like, you really did a 360, like, or 180. Like, what happened? I'm like, I'm working. Like, I've been working this entire time. The sweat equity I put in is now paying dividends. Wow.
Right.
You've been lackadaisical or whatever. It's like, nah, I'm accustomed to operating at a certain level. And now that it's clicking, that level doesn't change.
Facts.
Like, now the production just shows up.
So you brought it up. Where does competitive nature come up in the workplace, right? Because in the workplace, it's like we're a well-oiled machine. So we have to function. You know what I mean? But like in your job,
yeah,
you guys need to function, but you need to prioritize you. Whereas like my job, if I'm not responding to calls that day, the whole machine falls apart.
Yeah. So I'm going to separate this current career I'm in and like go to a past one. So at Verizon, I was responsible for hiring and training and like operating a store. So the goal there is like we have a common mission. I told everybody, listen, my goal is 50 grand of revenue every month, right? And then we break down like, yo, what's your piece? What's your piece? What's your piece? It wouldn't even be like, what's your piece? It's like, what are you looking to accomplish? Like, you're working this job for a reason. You make commission. So how much money you want to make this month?
Right.
Bet. What do you need to do to make that? Every time people set their own goals, if everyone hits their goals, the store wins.
Right.
And then you give incentives to like, all right, cool. Yo, if you sell 10 phones today, give you $100 bonus. Shit like that. So now you're competing with each other. Now it's like, all right, cool.
It's a healthy competition.
It's a healthy, yeah, because someone comes to the door, I bet. How can I get you to leave with something and buy some shit, which is going to make me money, which I'm also going to get a bonus from my boss.
Right. Make more money and then make the company money.
Exactly. And then the thing about it is that we did team selling. So it's like if someone got to the door first, but you went up and helped them, I'll give you part of my sale. Because I don't benefit from selling individually. So if something comes up like, yeah, you're not going to get something for nothing, I'll give you part of my sale.
That's interesting, the like team aspect of it. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't want to, excuse me. I don't want to drop the ball because I'm not just letting me down. I'm letting the team down.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like, you got to want this. And it's one of them things that is like Cole said, true love is wanting more for someone than they want for themselves. You know what I mean? But it's like I got to want this for me, but I also got to want it for you. I got to want it for the team.
Yeah, it's anytime I've been in a leadership role, like no bullshit, like my employees loved me because they know like, yo, listen, I got your back through anything. I just expect you to show up to work when you come to work.
And bro, it's funny you say that, right? One of my students the other day, she was about to get this girl to work. To business, bro. And like we diffuse the situation, yada yada yada, whatever. And like finally we get to talking, and I said, "Yo, like why do you get so angry?" You know what I mean? She was like, "Mister, I don't know, just like when shit sets me off, like I just snap." And she was like, "I just have so much anger built up, right?" So I said, "All right, yo, well, we need to find an outlet for you. I don't know what that looks like." These motherfuckers was like, "Yeah, put her in boxing." I'm like,
"You want to weaponize these hands?"
It's like, no. We do not need to put her in boxing. You know what I mean? So now I was like, listen, drawing, like just some sort of outlet. So she was like, "What about cheerleading? Mister, can we do cheerleading at the school?" And I said, "You know what? I'll speak to one of the teachers to see if she'll start like a cheer club." She goes, "But what about you?" And it was me and 3 other teachers in the room. And we all started laughing. And she was like, "Why are y'all laughing?" We were like, "We're not laughing at you. Like, could you just imagine me being a cheer teacher?" And then one of the teachers goes, "The fucked up thing is I can." And then the girl goes, "Nah, but mister, like you really know how to talk to people and really like motivate us and get us to like, you know, do a job." And I said, "So I'll be a good coach. I wouldn't be a good cheer coach." Like, and like we laughed it off, but that's to your point, that long ass story of just being like getting people to bind together and compete. But like, what about like, okay, there's healthy competition, but you and I are both going for the same position.
Listen,
fight or flight.
It's time to show up and show out. Like, if we're boys, oh my gosh. So every week there's like a point system, and whoever has the most points in the week, they get a $25 gift card. It's like a little incentive, right?
This nigga been eating this whole time and ain't share with nobody.
What you mean?
Like, you been getting the 25 gift certificates? Like, you could give me a bag of chips or something?
You working 16-hour days with me?
Not with you, but adjacent to you, yes.
He said, "I'll be talking to you."
Like, keep it up, buddy. Like, you could at least, yo, here's a bag of chips with my 20. Go ahead, bro.
I don't win them all the time. So, majority of the time. But so, like, my boy Travis, he like, he like,
yo, put that on a timestamp.
He flipped the switch and he started like going after points. So today is the first time he's ever beat me, but it's the first time he's ever like won. I was hyped. Like, what? I was the loudest one in the lobby. Like, people were shocked. They're like, "Why do we get so loud?" I was like, "What you mean? Like, my boy won." He doesn't do that. You know what I'm saying? But like, he told himself a couple weeks, he's like, "Nah, I'm gonna start working. I'm gonna start doing this." I was hyped for him. Now, if we were competing, like if we didn't have individual practices and we were competing for a role, I'm still, out of respect, gonna give him 100% to get that position. Because if I give it 50% and I still get it, that's wild disrespectful. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm going to give you the respect as in I see you as a fair competitor and I'm gonna give you everything I got. It's like in Suits. You know what I'm saying? Like,
trying to get like the
role, the senior partnership.
That part.
Yeah, so like when Harvey and Lewis are going after the senior partnership, like they're going at it. And I guess they're technically friends in the show. If you watch the show, you understand. But
best show ever.
Facts. But yeah, it's disrespectful to not get another case in point. Played soccer in high school, right?
I'd pay to see that.
I was all right. But played soccer in high school, and we would go against the girls like one time every season, and our coach would tell us like, "Yo, don't take it easy on them. Like, play 100% because anything less than that is disrespectful." We used to beat the shit out of them, but it's like
funny thing, right?
Yeah.
I got my semifinal playoff game tomorrow, right? And by this time, y'all hear this, it'll be long gone.
Yeah.
The last time we played this team, we were up like 4 or 5-0 at halftime.
Yeah.
And I like put my bench in, whatever, and the coach pissed me off. I forgot what he said to me, but he had said something to me that just irked me. and he kept going. I literally looked at him. I said, "See you in the playoffs."
Yeah.
I'm about to beat this nigga by 10 tomorrow. Just because he pissed me off.
Last year?
No, a couple weeks ago.
Oh.
Yeah, I forgot exactly what happened, but he just pissed me off. And he said something to me, and I approached him. Wasn't going to end good, so I walked away.
Now, aren't y'all on opposite sides or no?
Same sideline. All that's splitting you is a half line.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Yeah, bro. I be yeah.
You
know
that.
me. You know me. Because especially when it comes to competitive nature, like even as a coach, I'm gonna talk my shit.
As you should.
Because like at the end of the day, you can't fuck with me, but you also not. Because like even if I'm losing or like you're the better team, or which rarely ever happens, right? Like I got my guys.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like they've got to feel that somebody has their back. So like, bro, I'm gonna go to bat for my kids 8 days out of the week and twice on Sundays. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, cause imagine the other teams talking shit or the other coaches going off, and I'm just sitting there like this.
Yeah,
they not about to go to bat for me.
Like my coach soft.
Feel me? So, bro, like
this is why they don't go to games without you.
That part. but you get what I'm saying? Like that like for me, like my character as a human, but then my character as a player carried on as a coach. Now as a coach, I feel like I gotta bottle some of that up. But it's like, nah, y'all gonna get this smoke.
Yeah, you gotta lead from the front.
But there's a right way to do that. Like I had dropped an F-bomb the other day, and I realized I probably shouldn't have done it. But
coaching?
Yes.
Why? Like, why shouldn't you have?
Bro, I can't just be going to the ref like, what the fuck are you looking at?
Oh. This is in the game.
Yeah. But, like, one of my players, like, we even went back and watched the film.
Yeah.
And, like, he blatantly got shoved.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And, like, at that point in the game, like, we ended up losing. But that point in the game, we get a PK. It's now 3-2 with 10 minutes left. Like, who knows what could happen with that last 10 minutes?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But, like, I'm talking full arm extension.
Fuck you looking at?
I was like, bro, what the fuck are you looking at? As soon as I said it, I was like, oh. But, ooh, she can come on the podcast.
Can she?
No.
Miss Frizzle?
Not like the last one.
Yo.
You had said something earlier that caught my attention when you were, like, celebrating your boy, right?
Oh, yeah.
What about jealousy? Jealousy in regards to friendships, or maybe two dudes are trying to bag a girl, or what? Where does jealousy come into place with this person's better than me?
Yo, you know what's crazy? I was just having this conversation the other day with somebody.
Have you ever been jealous in your life?
No, that's what I was just going to say. I don't think I've ever been jealous because, bruh, like, you not me. The fuck? Like, yeah, you cool, but, like, you not me. Like, I've just always had this dog in me. Even when I played baseball growing up. Yo, you're not putting in the work.
You not me.
Like, yeah,
I'm him.
Yeah, so like Kobe, bro, like I have a Mamba mentality plaque in my office right over my door so I can see. You seen it? Because it's like, yo, you have such a confidence in yourself when you know you working when everyone else is sleeping. It's like you might be more talented and skilled than me today, but again, that sweat equity I'm putting in and day out, your stamina not built like mine. Like, yeah.
But fuck that, right? You might be better than me, but today I'm better than you. I'm going to find a way in this day to be better than you. Yeah. Like I'd be lying if I told you I was the best soccer player on every field I stepped on. But I promise you I busted more asses than my ass got busted. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like,
I just don't see, like, back to your original question, I just don't see the point of being, like, have you ever been jealous?
In asking you that question, I tried to find like a time that I was, but here's the thing.
I'm human. I'm sure I was maybe at a young age. I just can't. I can't recollect it. It's funny, like this kid I don't even know. He works in my office. He said he used to play, like whatever baseball, like Little League in Manchester. He told me the team. I was, oh yeah, we used to work, y'all. Like, don't know who this kid is at all. I just remember the team we played, and I remember my team was nice, but we used to just work. I don't know. I've never. Like, fuck am I going to be jealous of? Like,
so, what you just said, the fuck am I be jealous about, right?
Yeah.
I don't care enough to be jealous. Like, and let me give you context,
what
right?
breeds jealousy?
So, I'm going to answer that question after, right? But today I went to eat with Nell, right? We went and grabbed lunch, right? Drew pulled up for like 10, 15 minutes, and the lady was like, goes to Drew. She was like, are you a lawyer, like a teacher's son? Or no, she said lawyer or a doctor. And we were like, what would make you say that after you just told us you think he's the youngest out of all three of us?
Just a well-dressed Negro.
That's legit what she said. Bro, she was like, oh, the way he's dressed. And I was like, I'll dress like this every day of the week. And she was like, well, you shouldn't. And I was like, why? She goes, well, because what about what people think? I said, but I actually don't care.
Bruh.
Like, I don't care, because guess what? If I try to go bag you, right, and you diss me, but then the next nigga come bag you, like, that's your loss.
That's a fact.
You get what I'm saying? Like, even growing up, like, I always knew, like I've said on this podcast time and time again, I'm the fucking table. You get what I'm saying? So, like, bro, if I wear sweatpants every day, yesterday, I dressed up for work for the first time like in a month, right? And I said, yo, I've got about $300 worth of clothes on me right now. No, I'm lying, $500, because I had my Yeezys on, which is $250. I had some Calvin Klein jeans, which were $95, and then I had another but I was like, yo, it looked nice, but I was like, I don't give a fuck about this shit.
Yeah.
Let me go get some Nike sweatshorts and a hoodie, and I'll be solid.
Yeah. Yo, it's so funny. So, like, outside of work, having to, like, dress nice, bro, I dress like
me.
Like a bum. Yeah. But it's so funny because my highest net worth clients, you would never know they make how much they make.
Adam Sandler, Tim Duncan, Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, like, bro, my boy makes 1.2 million.
Can he be my boy?
You would never guess. Got another one, makes $500,000. My boy is in a dirty t-shirt and jeans every day. He even said it the other day. He's like, yo, I dress up for like 10 minutes. I may drive around, get some food, and then I go back home, change, and like.
That's it.
Yeah, I got a nice ass closet for no reason.
I genuinely don't care what people.
Yeah, because like, what am I dressing up for? Am I dressing up for? Oh, and this is my issue. I'm gonna stir the pot. It's my issue with some women. It's like, are you dressing up for others, or are you dressing up for yourself? Like, if we just going grocery shopping, why you doing so much?
But don't come out in PJs.
Why not? Some PJ pants and some moccasins and a hoodie? Who cares?
Come out. You could change out the PJs and throw some sweats on.
But
you was about to look down at me.
But my thing is, PJs to women are sweats to men.
I'm thinking like the plaid.
Oh, I'm talking about like the fluffy, like whatever.
Okay, no. Okay.
Yeah, women wear the plaid dress. Those are our PJs.
I don't think anybody should be outside in PJs.
Wait, hold on. Other than like silk ones, people wear pajamas. I could never. I don't like. Bro, are pajamas meant to be slept in?
Go to Walmart on Flatbush right now. Never. I guarantee you will see 10 people in PJs in 5 minutes.
I don't go to Walmart on Flatbush. I graduated from that in life.
My fault. So where does jealousy stem from? Colonizers.
Where did I? So I feel like jealousy stems from an insecurity. Like there has to be some. You have to have a sense of insecurity and wish that, damn, I wish I had what that person had, not knowing how they got it. Like they daddy could have got that to them, or they could have just worked hard for it. And like,
I don't think it's. I think it's what you said. Jealousy is, I just want that for me. Like why don't I have that? You know what I mean? Why is such and such not me? Like you want to be something that you are not, and you don't know how to obtain that. Cause like I'd be lying to you if I sat here and told you like, oh, I'm not insecure about some things, right? My bottom grill's fucked up. I know that, but I still smile. I still talk.
J. Cole made a song for y'all.
Crooked smile. You get what I'm saying? That video makes me cry every time. But
Is it video?
Bro, that video might make you cry. But you get what I'm saying? It's like, I know my teeth are fucked up, but I'm also not like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those things like.
It's one of those things, if you focus on it, you assume other people gonna focus on it. Like, it's like, bro, I've always been a big nigga. Like like I said.
Which is why I want to see you play soccer.
Well, so like.
That one time I was not a big nigga.
It's like relative. Like in high school, I was always bigger than everyone else, but I was still like in shape. Like I played sports. But it's like I've always been a big nigga, but it's like there's nothing this little nigga with abs and whatever is bringing to the table better than me.
It's funny. I was talking this. Drop that shit. It's funny. I was talking to someone earlier, and they're like, "Oh, like you got back in the gym, yada yada." I was like, "Yeah, yo, I got to lose this fat pack." And she goes, "I don't mind it." I said, "Excuse me?"
Big niggas been in, bro.
And first of all, I'm diesel fat. Let's not get it twisted.
Slim thick, like.
I'm diesel fat. But she was like, "Oh, you know, like I never been one to like care about abs and this, that, and the third. Like I just don't want it to pop out." But like, bro, women, I don't even know why I started telling that story.
Women, because I said big niggas been. Women just want security. If you can, I'm always speaking about myself. If you can articulate yourself well,
check.
You funny,
check.
You ambitious,
check.
And you bring something to the table that they can conquer the world with. That's it.
Yo.
I'm trying to tell you, bro, it's really easy. Like sometimes I look at people and they're in like these certain funks and they're just like, I'm lonely, this, that. But like, what are you bringing? Like you say you are the table, but it's like if there was just a table and two people had to bring something to it and like whatever we put together is what we're going to take on the world with, what are you bringing?
I have a thought for you, and I know this shit is going to rattle this nigga, right? So, is there competition in relationships, right? And I'm speaking like intimate relationships, right? Mm-hmm. And even in regards to that, like whether a partner who should bring more, you know, in regards to funds, who should do this, who should do that. Is that a competition? Is that a standard? What
I think.
Talk your shit, King.
I think
I'm
the
toxic.
Only competition in a relationship should be in the bedroom. But I think other than that, like whatever you bring to the, I think
he's trying to be very, very.
I am. I'm trying
and I'm kind of disappointed because I thought you was gonna eat.
Yo, because I don't want competition in my relationship. Like I'm in a relationship with you because I see something in you that is going to better me and vice versa. Like there should be some reciprocity here.
So what about? And I'm gonna say it, the women, because I don't think men have. Actually, I'm lying. Men do have certain expectations, right? But the women that say, "Oh, you're the man, you should pay this bill. You're the man, you should do this. You should do that." Like,
you're not oppressed anymore.
Ooh.
Like for real. Because
what about? Go ahead. Because go ahead.
It's just a. The times where men were taking care of the household and women were staying home. I mean, men were providing for the household and women were staying home, taking care of the house and the kids and whatnot. It's like, that's not the case anymore. Like, if we're both making the same amount of money, why am I putting out $30,000 a year to maintain this house and you get to work and keep all your shit? And like, what, you buy groceries, you buy me some presents. Like, I understand where it came from, and men aren't men anymore. Well, yes, women aren't the same women they are either. Y'all have a lot of rights now. Like, we love to see it. You know what I'm saying? We're happy about this, but acknowledge that and realize, listen, I'm not going broke. Like, yo, I saw a TikTok that shit pissed me off. Yo, she said, I don't fuck with broke niggas. And the dude's like, what do you consider a broke nigga? If you don't make 2 times my salary, you're a broke nigga. What? You a broke nigga. Like, the fuck are you talking about? Like, I'm so like, what? Like, that's to me, that is not, because you're going to get a man like that and he's going to know he has one up on you. And there's going to come a time and place, if he decides he cheats, like, so? Like, what you gonna do, leave? Who's gonna take care of you now? Like, what power do you now have? Like, I'm not saying that men shouldn't provide and, like, be a man of the house, but I'm saying, like, women on social media have a false sense of security of what a man should do for them when you are more than capable of doing these things for yourself. Now, if y'all decide to have children, yes, that nigga has to step up. There's like a time, maybe a couple years, where you're going to be raising a kid and like he's expected to provide. I understand that. But like that time leading up, if we both make $100,000, why am I paying for everything? Unless I own this shit. Like, is that weird?
No, I agree with it. And I'm in a place of my life of effort. I think that in my last relationship, at times, how do I say this?
You know, they listening. My bad. I said they. I included mine too.
I think at times I may or may not have lacked effort for whatever reason.
You may or may not have lacked effort?
At certain times. That's another conversation.
What does that mean?
Like, are you saying you could have done more?
Yeah, I probably could have done better. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, then I may have lacked effort.
Well, I was saying may not because I may not agree with that whole statement wholeheartedly.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, because this could be subjective. Like, you could be putting an effort, but you're not putting as much effort as I'm expecting you to.
That right, and we are not saying that anybody was saying this.
No.
Right. May or may not have been putting enough effort, right?
But now you said it.
Well, here's my thing. She wait first. Hey, girl. Guys, can just come down to the calf on Tuesdays. Yeah. Between the hours of 6:30 and 8:30, we are here. Just come stop by. What's 231, 229? Just come down to Trumbull Street right next to the XL Center. Come fucking visit us. We are down here. We are more than welcoming to let you in and come say what's up. Yes, we do sometimes let strangers, but
psychopaths
with great grandmothers that have murderers, serial killers. Yeah, I wouldn't get it.
Who locked them? Never mind.
I may or may not have put like forth the right amount of effort, but I'm in a place in my life where it's like effort counts. You get what I'm saying? And like, I think the first thing that is going to attract me to somebody is energy and a vibe. And the second thing now is effort. Like, I think those two things are the things that I look forward to. And I say all that to tie back into what you're saying. A woman will sit here and say like, oh, well, you're the man and I'm old fashioned and I'm used to this, or I expect that. But it's like, sis, but like, yeah, but what are you doing for me?
I think we should combat with our own expectations when those come up. Like, I bet I'm going to handle everything, but you can't work and you about to have kids year after year after year.
This nigga said he wants to be the next Nick Cannon.
No. I'm just saying, like, these are what your expectations equate to.
Right.
40 years ago.
And my thing is, like, I'm not asking for you to do the same thing that I'm doing. I'm just asking you to do like love me how I need to be loved. You get what I'm saying?
We should do a social experiment on the podcast.
Listen, last time you did a social experiment,
yo, it's like, you know what's crazy?
48 minutes later.
That impeccable response time. Like, that's literally what I consider it, a social experiment. But I think we should do a social experiment either on our personal page or on the How'd I Get Her podcast page. We should start posting our expectations as if we were speaking as women about women. Like, all I know is my next woman better make $150 because I only make $50. I need someone to take care of me. What?
This nigga really trying to get canceled.
Nah, I'm just trying
that might get us the hits.
Again, I was talking to someone else and they call it petty. I said my favorite thing is showing people a mirror. It's like,
you did say that on that episode.
It's like, if you give me an energy that I know you wouldn't like, I'm gonna give it back to you. And it's just like, oh, you don't like that? Interesting. Why do you think I would?
Well, shit, we've been chopping it up almost an hour now. Competitive nature. This was an interesting, insightful, great talk.
I feel like the last 5 minutes gonna get people upset with me, but
you know what though? I'm glad that we spoke about relationships last, because I feel like we often talk about relationships and women, and it's like, but it's like, nah, like
Charlie Brown.
There were other components, but relationships are part of it.
Real quick, we didn't really, because you asked me the question and we didn't really dive into it. Like, is there competition in relationships? I think, like, personally, it should only be competition in the bedroom. But
you said that. I agree. Especially in today's day and age, like, what are you doing for me?
I would love a healthy competition. Like, it's.
Let's see who can clean the most dishes. Go. Nah. I would gladly lose that shit. Go ahead. Nah. Babe, you that wrist work good. Bring that shit to the bedroom.
Nah. You're sick. Nah, I think there's something powerful about watching your partner level up and, like, that propelling you forward as well.
Bro, I need to be motivated. Like, yeah, I motivate myself, which is great, but that battery eventually runs dry. Like, I need to see my shorty, like, killing it and be like, yo, yeah. You know what? Nah, I got to go get mine. Or you know what I mean? Or how do I, bro, yes. Yeah, which one's the...
Yeah. That is goals where it's like, yeah, exactly. Like, you having an off day, like, y'all really need to get up and go to the gym, and they already up and getting their day started. You're like, fuck, I gotta do it too,
bro. But it's like, I don't want the female that's the same as me.
Yeah, you tried that,
didn't work. Plus, I know I'm a lot, but but I also need a. Here it is. I don't want a female that's the same as me. I want a female that can keep up with me. A woman. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like, I think you need a woman to compliment and challenge you, because you are combative and competitive in a sense where, like, you want to play devil's advocate and just see if this person is going to. I don't even know, like, what your end game is, to be honest with you, but you like to play.
I just like to pick people's brains, but not maliciously. Like, let me expand your mind. And if you're taking this conversation, personal, that says more about you than it does me, and now we're having another conversation. But I should be able to Oh yeah, she was weird. But
I was doing that on purpose.
Absolutely. That's why I said he didn't like her 20 seconds into her walking into the room. Because he was reading her and I was reading the room and picked up on all of that. That's why I just kept laughing. But it's like, hold on, what was I saying? Because I want to pick your brain, right? Yeah. Like, if I just can't bro, that's literally the premise of this podcast, right? I might not do it as much here, but like, let me play devil's advocate for sake of conversation. Let me see how you think. Let me see where your character is. Let me see when the fucking zombies come out, how you gonna act.
Yeah.
You like, I might not really mean it. I might not really think, but let me just see what you're thinking. And if you can't really carry that conversation, what are we doing?
See that you and I just gave the secret up like a week ago, but yeah, like you and I do that similarly. I will, you know how I say ridiculous shit, like
You do it on purpose.
intentionally, because I want to see what your response is going to be and like how you carry yourself, and like I can base your character off of that. It's like you could be witty, you could be mature, or you can just get angry and like malicious, and just like, all right, I could base.
And then that's when I start being petty.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Just like-
because now I got you.
yeah.
So
And again, this is all psychological. So that competition, to me, I just play chess matches. If I don't, like, if you're not in my circle of trust, like, there's a chess match that's happening that you just don't know about, and like, I decide the winner.
see, my thing is, I think now I don't care so much to like. I have to care to dive into that because I agree. You get what I'm saying? But now, like, I'm just so selective with my energy that it's just like, I wonder if I'm just all the way burnt, like all around burnt out. It's interesting.
Because to me, it's a mental exercise. Like
Facts.
like my experiment, it was more.
Bro, that was not. Go ahead, because we about to end, bro.
My social experiment was literally like a mental exercise. It's like I see
Should have
this.
saw him, Ash. Should have saw him. You'd have been disappointed.
No, Ash doesn't judge me.
That's judging is not disappointment.
Is
I mean, yeah, judging's not dis.
I think disappointment could come from a place of-
Expectations. I think disappointment
Yeah.
is more expectations than judgment.
It could be, but also it could be from a place of judgment. Because, like, if I'm disappointed in you, I could be judging you at the same time. Like, why the fuck would you do that?
Because you expected better.
Yeah, but it's also just like now I'm judging you because now I view you in that way of.
I'm not judging you.
how
I'm seeing what you
disappointed me in
did.
that expectation.
But-
But other people will then judge them for that
But
behavior.
also-
You know what I mean? Like what he did, I could be like, wow, you really a fuck nigga now. I can't fuck with you.
I was called a fuck nigga within the last 5 days.
I just think the people who know me and like what I like, the people.
That was literally me. I bet. Me too.
It's petty. Now the people that know me, like y'all understand. Like it was just a game to me. It was just like
I love this game.
that part. But like you know, everything has its repercussions. Here we are. Well, this was an interesting conversation.
Love it, bro. I love when we make something out of nothing.
Facts. We almost made.
I'm low-key happy fucking Ursula wasn't
Yeah.
sitting down with whatever.
Life took her away. So for what we've been referencing, there was a person who like came up to the door that was just talking to us through the door. We're like, all right, let her in. And Jacob, yeah, you the one who invited her. He's like, yeah, you want to be
I
on the
ain't got no
podcast
shame.
today?
She had a pretty face. I ain't gonna lie.
And then come to find out,
Cuckoo.
yeah, her grandmother was an ex-serial killer. She got a fake boyfriend in White Plains, and she's scared of the security person to let her back into the office that she pays for to get her
Bro,
phone.
we might have to cut this out. Her office is right there. She could be the serial killer. Because no serial killer admits to being a serial killer. She could be blaming her mom, and if she comes back, I'm punching her in the neck, bro. In the neck. She's going to end up on Pratt Street. Just like the other nigga.
Sorry, Ashley's text got me thrown off. And this shit, please, I'm sorry.
Yo, talk your shit, bro. Let's wrap this up. I was trying to keep this under an hour.
My bad.
I also want to know why the Jacob has ADHD video got so many views. It was a great episode, but there was minimal context, and the title
Was Jacob has
so they were like, finally this nigga admitted it. Like,
I feel like we have some people who like watch regularly regularly and then share it with other people, whether they fuck with us or not. Because I think there's a solid 30 views that don't fuck with us collectively. That they're just, you see what these motherfuckers said this week? But yeah, so 15 seconds of fame is. Yo, I don't really have anything this week, to be honest with you. About competitive nature.
It don't got to be about competitive nature.
Oh, it's Thanksgiving. Give thanks. Is it by the time this airs?
I don't know.
It's gonna be way past Thanksgiving. Yeah. So it's gonna be Thanksgiving. Friendsgiving at Jacob House.
End of the year. Doop, 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 doop,
Gang,
doop.
yeah, spend time with your loved ones. Give thanks. Tell that person you crushing on. Shoot your shot. It's Christmas time. Nobody wants to be by
I
themselves.
almost accidentally said a name. All right, he's cut off. How do I mute him? Which one is his? He's muted. All right.
I'm not though.
Yo, how'd I do that?
You can't mute me without muting you.
Oh, that's stupid. No, that's his job. Yo, my 15 seconds of fame. Thank you to the CAF for opening your doors to us again, giving us a place to call home and make all of this possible. You guys come down here right next to the XL Center on Trumbull Street. Check them out. They got a bunch of dope threads out here. But my 15 seconds of fame, before I get to that, Ash, Brian, thank you guys for everything that you guys do for us, to making all this shit possible. Spencer, you the man. Finally, invest in yourself, whether it's mentally, physically, emotionally, going to the gym, finding a therapist, getting out of a relationship, getting into a relationship, new job, old job, whatever that shit looks like. Invest in yourself, invest in the betterment of you, because if you don't take care of you, nobody else will. And with that being said, this is the best motherfucking podcast in CT, and we're here to take over because y'all not ready for what's but the fuck's about to come in. That's a wrap.